So some people seem to be suggesting that we need to increase taxes on individuals, especially in these very, very difficult times. I don't think America really ready for that. I am interested in, some of the recommendations that the taxpayer advocate has made. And I came in late, and I apologize if you've addressed this, but there were several changes regarding some of the checkbox things on Form C and adding lines to Form C that most small businesses file their returns with. Was that discussed at all, and are you familiar with that?
No, it wasn't, and I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about.
Well, as my understanding that, for the last several years, the Taxpayer Advocate Report had talked about making some changes to Form C and trying to simplify it a little bit, make it a little bit more user-friendly for small businesses. And, I'll get to you later.
Sure.
To make it easier for you going forward. We've also introduced a bill on home office deduction simplification, and hopefully that'll wind its way through this Congress at some point in time, trying to make it easier for, small businesses, which really small business, mom and pop shops with, a token office in their home or residence, how they could take advantage of that. Do you see that as something that would be popular that a lot of business folks would end up taking advantage of going forward?
Yeah, I think the home office, figuring out which piece of that is an expense and not, is incredibly complicated for people. They're trying to figure it out. I'd welcome simplification.
I went through that a little bit when I started up my farm and trying to allocate a chunk of my house to that, and I'm trying to figure out the mortgage piece, the insurance piece, property tax piece. It became, very, very difficult. So some of that stuff would be very, very helpful. The other, the other comment I'd be interested in is with regard to the health care bill. It looks like there's going to be a lot of tax credits for small businesses, particularly as they deal with some of the health insurance things. I would assume most small businesses are not aware of this, at least not to any great degree. Do you see a way we would be getting that word out to make sure small businesses concerned about health care in general, but wanting to do the right thing, which I think most small businesses, my little veterinary clinic included, try and do, how they can access some of the small business tax credits for many, many businesses out there?
Yeah, so obviously the recently passed health care bill is a big bill. It's a multi-year bill, and one of the reasons that I'm unable to answer some of the things that will come in place in 2014 is the bill was just passed, and we're focusing on the things that we have to do this year. And just to be very clear and get on the record, what we're doing is administering the tax provisions, not the health provisions. The things that we have to do this year is get a credit program up and running out to small businesses to help them pay for health care. There's a new tax on tanning salons. Okay. There's a therapeutic discovery credit to give tax grants to companies who come up with innovative ways and innovative therapies. And so that's what we're very focused on. The thing that's immediately effective is the small business tax credit. We have put out questions and answers. We have deployed our people who do lots of outreach to small business every day to make sure people know that this is available to them, because we want people to get credits that are available to them. And we plan on doing a lot of outreach, and would be happy to do with any member of this committee outreach events in your district on this or other tax provisions, and also on just general how IRS can help. The open houses, things like that. And so we're very focused on doing outreach on the early provisions in this law, just like we are with every law.
I appreciate that, because I think it's going to put money in the pocket of many struggling small businessmen and women right now, so they can improve their bottom line, hire people, and expand their business. Last question would be, the Blue Dogs, which I'm a member, are putting out a fiscal platform trying to make sure we get our own fiscal house in order now that we've helped save the country. And what we're trying to do is, one of the elements of that is program integrity. And would you comment a little bit? One of the pieces is empowering the IRS. I happen to think that's a good thing, to make sure that some people who aren't paying their fair share in taxes pay their fair share. I don't mind paying mine. We get great services in my state: education, healthcare, public safety. But there's some benchmarks you can use to figure out, for $1 of investment in the IRS, we can get some back.
Yeah, we, the general benchmarks we use, I'm a big believer that compliance comes about because of service and and enforcement. And so we put a lot of money into service, trying to help people just meet their tax obligation, understand a complex code. So we, the best benchmark we have is just a 5-to-1 return on the overall IRS budget and our dollars that are brought in, not the overall collection, for the country, but the dollars from direct IRS actions. Depending on the program, though, we have, up to 20-to-1 return. Some of our document matching programs. In our appropriation every year, we have details about program by program, the return, and we'd be happy to share that with you.
Thank you very much. I yield back.
The last